Now they can hear you.
Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. We're about ready to find out. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. The angry people of Facebook.
Now they can hear you.
There they are. All right. We're back. Thank you, Taylor, everybody. Taylor, he comes in, he saves us all. Some settings were manipulated. Okay, now I got double mic, so I'm going to take that off and turn that off. Oh, that's all right. I got it. It's not going anywhere. We got it. All right. That was 15 really boring minutes there. I apologize. It's bad enough you have to look at me, but you can look at me and not hear me, too. That's awful. All right. Let's get back to it. So, sorry about that. We had some settings changed around last week when we had the severe weather roll on through, and they were using this room for a different purpose. So, Sean, thank you for kindly shouting out those microphones were working. We appreciate your patience. Have a great day, Sean. I hope it gets better for you. All right, so let's go through here, and we'll tell you again about what's going on. Apologies again for the microphone issues. We'll have that working again for you outside. Let me turn this down because it's probably really, really loud now. All right, so as we were telling you, Tuesday will be a first alert weather day again. We do have a strong storm threat outside for the day tomorrow. It was a nice break. Hopefully you got to get out there and enjoy the weekend. It was a little breezy Saturday. Sunday, though, we made up for it. Really great. Most of the day is going to be dry, but we do have a stray chance for a shower rolling back in for that Tuesday. And it's going to kind of come in two waves. We have a morning threat that's going to roll on in. Heavy rain, it'll slow things down for the morning drive. We'll catch a little bit of a break into the early afternoon, and then things ramp back up again as we work our way towards the evening as a cold front pushes back into the area. Today, a few peaks of blue sky outside. We are seeing some clouds trickling on in, and can't rule out a stray shower for our Monday. All right, I don't know what people are arguing about in the comments. This is what happens. Let's see. We're just going to mute that. It's just one of those times. See, I like to come back here in the comments because people mostly have some weather stuff happening. So we're just going to start suspending some people if we can't act like adults. All right. We'll get back to weather. Let's just focus on the weather. Some high thin clouds rolling on in out there. A few stray showers are rolling in. But not a big threat for your Monday. If you have anything to get outside and get done, outside of a few sprinkles, you don't really have any big issues with the day-to-day. This is just the warm front that's starting to slowly creep its way northward. It'll bump us up into the low 70s today, low 70s again tomorrow. But the cold front back to the west, that's where things are going to be a little bit more potent. So you can see some of that one severe storm already in Oklahoma, down in southern Oklahoma. That is the cold front starting to sweep on through, and that's where we're going to see our severe weather threat tomorrow. Now, the highest threat, luckily, will be outside of our area, where conditions are going to be the best. Unfortunately, again, for the Commonwealth, can't catch a break here. Southern Kentucky, southwestern Kentucky, stretching from basically Paducah back through Bowling Green, and then points southward through portions of Mississippi, Alabama. Here in the tri-state, though, it is not a zero threat. We do have a 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. That's pretty significant, especially this time of the year. You should take all threats seriously, but a 2 out of 5, again, that's nothing to bat your eyes at. Up to the north, everyone else at least under a 1 out of 5 on our severe weather scale. So Tuesday will be a threat, and that's why it's a first alert weather day. So for now, enjoy the sunshine outside while it lasts before those clouds thicken later on today. 72 degrees outside, nice Monday. But you can see what happens by the time we hit Tuesday. Early in the morning, the clouds will thicken. By Monday morning, already by 6 o'clock, if you're an early commuter, 5 to 6 a.m., you're getting to work really early, you're going to dodge most of this rain. This model has been very good with timing all spring long. Every storm system, even what we saw on Friday, it had those storms rolling in the later hours. This one has been good on timing. It's going to have those storms in our westernmost communities by 6, sometime between 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's when those storms will be pushing through the heart of the metro. So if you're like me and you get to work a little bit later than the crack of dawn, it's probably going to be slow goings. Expect some slowdowns because these rain, showers, and storms, while likely not severe in the morning, will slow things down. So be aware of that. Good downpours outside. Not likely anything severe, but it does not take much with a morning drive to slow things down. Good news is, this is what I'm hoping for, is that these rain showers hang around through the early afternoon. That would help to take a little bit of the energy away for the second round of storms that arrives later in the night. Despite what this model is showing, it has some of the rain showers around. It still has us clearing back out, though, in the mid-afternoon, which will allow us to get into the 70s. And if that happens, we will see another round of storms rolling through later on as that cold front gets a little bit closer to us. So 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock into the early overnight, and then we dry back out into Wednesday. We air dry, a little breezy, some gusts over 25 for Wednesday. Another threat, outside of the damaging wind, the isolated tornado threat, we do have a chance, we run that chance, to see some flooding issues outside as we work our way back into early Wednesday morning. Some spots could really, if there's some training storms out there tomorrow, could pick up a quick 1 to 2 inches of rainfall within just an hour or so. That is going to lead to a flash flooding threat. That's the kind of higher threat than what we saw outside with the last system. This one will feature much more rainfall in a short amount of time. I have to jump off of this, but I'm going to stay on everything else. All right, so as we work our way through Wednesday morning, we should dry back out a little bit. No severe weather Wednesday, but some lingering showers and storms are possible. And that'll be through the afternoon as this low kind of sweeps its way through the Ohio Valley. Thursday, can't rule out a stray shower, just a slim chance for rain outside on Thursday. There, I think more of us are dry than not. And then we do dry back out for the holiday weekend. But this storm system is going to be the catalyst for change. While it looks nice outside Saturday and Sunday, it is going to be much cooler outside. Our normal high this time of the year is 75 degrees. Temperatures outside by the end of this week, we're going to be dropping from the 70s to start back into the low 60s for high temperatures on Friday. This is typically kind of the turning point where we see, okay, we're getting back closer to what we should see in terms of summer-like weather here in the tri-state. It will not feel that way this weekend for Memorial Day weekend. A lot of pools generally open up. We have a lot of the city pools, public pools are opening up. It's going to be chilly outside. Friday, 61. Morning low into Saturday morning, 43. Morning low into Sunday morning, 46. Chilly. If you're planning on swimming laps down to the pools, wear a wetsuit or something. It's going to be a little too cold for that, I think, this weekend. High temperatures Saturday, Sunday, a little better. They're nice if you're not swimming. If you're just going to be out and about, mid-60s Saturday, free AC, 68 on Sunday. The next rain chance, primarily around and south of downtown, is going to come in Memorial Day Monday. That's where the heaviest rainfall will be, but we'll still run a chance to see some showers and storms into Monday of next week. So here's that temperature trend I was just telling you about. A little cool out there. Normal high 75. We are not back to the 70s after tomorrow for the rest of this forecast, at least the next 7 days, running into early next week. So a little cooler outside. You can give the air conditioner, and might have had to turn it on the last couple of days. It'll catch a nice break outside, working our way into next week. So first alert weather day, good chance for some strong storms into Tuesday. Not a widespread severe weather event like what we saw with the last round on Friday, which again, we got really lucky, at least here downtown. A lot of areas did not. We do see those scattered severe storms out there Tuesday. Wednesday, some lingering storms, just breezy conditions overall, and then working our way towards the rest of that forecast. Just a slim chance for showers, cooler temperatures, a little cloudy on Friday. But that series with the Cubs, Reds are back in town with the Cubs Memorial Day series here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You might need a jacket, especially once the sun starts to set outside, because we're dropping from 61 Friday back to 43 Saturday morning. Get that jacket or coat back out, just depending on your tolerance there for the cold, for Saturday and Sunday. Dare I dive back into the comments? We'll see. All right, no, Brooklyn asking if it is going to be as bad as Friday. No, it will not be as bad. It will not be as widespread. That was a severe weather outbreak. That was a moderate risk, a 4 out of 5. This is a 2 out of 5. And while the threats are the same, it will not be as widespread. Let's see. Crittenden, Kentucky getting bad. Just about everybody, like I said, has a chance, especially around in south and southwest of downtown. That's where the threat level is higher. Can't really catch a break. I know that we could use some nicer weather down in London, Kentucky, down that way, Somerset, where they got, just a devastating tornado that rolled through that area. So just not going to get that break until we head towards the end of this week with rain and some bad weather for their recovery. Yes, there is a chance we could have some tornadoes tomorrow. That chance is pretty low, and I think one of the reasons why is that we're going to have a lot of rain in the morning hours tomorrow, which is going to be a mess for the morning drive, but it will help to keep the temperatures down. And of course, heat is a good fuel source for some of these storms, so if we cut down on that fuel source a little bit, the overall intensity of the afternoon and evening storms should be a little bit lower. So that's good. Yeah, I agree. Christopher saying he loves the 70s. I also agree. There's been so many people that have come up and say, oh, in Cincinnati, it's always just, it goes right from winter to summer, and there's never a break. we've been really comfortable for the better part of like a month, month and a half. Maybe some chilly mornings. Yeah, we've had to deal with some storms outside, but there's been a wide swath of what I like to call free AC, basically. Your energy bills should be pretty low out there the last couple of months. We haven't had any big cold snaps. We haven't had any really big heat waves. Yeah, it got warm outside ahead of the storms last week, but we've got a nice little spring going on here in the tri-state, which isn't, you're right. Sometimes it just does jump right from winter to summer, it seems like. Generally, unofficial summer starts on Monday of next week. That's what everybody, Memorial Day, everybody always thinks that's when everything starts to warm up. But like I said, working our way into Memorial Day this year, it's going to be a little chilly compared to normal. So that's something we'll keep an eye on in the next week. Again, apologies for all of the audio issues early. It looks like one of the settings got changed last week. So there might have been some audio issues this weekend, too, with some of the weekend recordings. But, it looks like they had gotten into the software here and not the actual microphones themselves, because there's a little mute button on top of these, and I thought maybe that's what was pushed. And it was a setting happening here inside the system, so apologies for that. That was a new one for me. All right, let's see. Anything else? Nothing so far. Nothing so far. All right, so I'm going to hang on here for another minute or two just in case anybody missed everything. Let's see. Nothing here. So far, so good. So another couple minutes, I'm just going to hop back up here towards the top and just show you kind of, again, the timeline of what I'm thinking in terms of storms tomorrow. 2 waves, first of which comes in early tomorrow morning, makes things a mess for the morning drive, especially after 7 o'clock. If you're out the door early tomorrow, you might get lucky. 6 o'clock, if you can get there early tomorrow to work. Nobody wants to go to work early, let's be real. But earlier the better, generally with that morning drive, because the later you wait, the better the storm chances will be. This is 6 o'clock. You can see that wave of rain starting to sweep back in by about 7 to 8. And again, this model, it's not always perfect, but it's been really good with pinning down some of the timing. So generally, rule of thumb, later you wait in the morning tomorrow, the wetter you're going to be on the way to work. And that, if we see these intense downpours roll in just in the morning rush, it will definitely slow things down. Be prepared for that. Not likely to see any severe storms with wave number 1. There is a chance. You can see some magenta showing up on the screen there. There is a chance we could see a stronger storm, but the bigger threat should roll in with a cold front later tomorrow night. And if I take a little zoom out here, let's see if this lets me do this, you'll see the overall threat is much worse in the areas that just got absolutely hammered with the weekend, last week with the severe storms and the tornadoes in Kentucky. Cannot catch a break, and that looks like what we're going to see outside in terms of the better storm chances tomorrow as well. South of Lexington, south of 64, that's where the chances overall are going to be higher for severe weather. For us, the chances return again through the afternoon and evening hours, but, it should not be as bad as what we saw outside last week. All right. Again, one more time, rainfall going to be an issue. We're going to see some areas with over 2 inches of rainfall due to all the intense rain through the day, so just be prepared for that. If you live in a flood-prone area, keep an eye on things. It's not going to be a widespread flooding threat, but certainly with some spots set to see over 2 inches of rain, that could be a potential issue. So with that, very Monday-ish Monday stream with the audio issues up front. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go get some lunch and then get ready for some tomorrow stuff. And Steve will be in later. He'll be on here tonight about 7:15 or so to get on here with the stream. I'll be back on at 3 or 4 this afternoon on the air. You can catch me there. If anybody has any questions, as always, here on Facebook, just shoot me a message. Send me a message. Tomorrow I will be fully audio ready and ready to go right off the bat. So, again, apologies for that outside. If you're going to be out and about, enjoy your day. Again, mostly dry Monday. Storms return. First alert weather day on Tuesday. And then we're enjoying a nicer end to the week. Hopefully you get out there and enjoy some of the nicer weather as we work our way back into this holiday weekend.